Well, hello there. I'm live. Usually say we're live. I'm live. Okay, little different show than what you're used to. First of all, I want everybody in the chat to please shout out where they're watching from. Where in the world are you watching from? Leave it in the comments and let me know. So, as you can see, this is going to be a slightly different show today. As you all know, my dad, Gary, had to have a hip surgery about a week ago. So I'm here to give you an update on that. He is doing fantastic. He is actually watching right now. My mom, Harleen, who's usually right here beside me, is taking care of him, getting him right back to 100%. And he's watching and he is looking forward to being back here soon. He's doing really well. He's doing physical therapy. He's doing everything that he needs to be doing to heal. So, in the meantime, I'm going to be here with you today. And then next week, when we go live, you'll see both mom and me back together doing our usual show, which I'm very excited for. I miss not having her here. Okay, we have people watching from Bloomfield, Michigan, and Alabama. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to explain that again in a few minutes because I'm sure some people are still coming in. But in the meantime, let me know where you're watching from. And today, my co-host is going to be my good friend Rhodey here. So Rhodey is going to hang over here with the bell. You know what the bell is for. What are we doing here? I'm Will with Picker Road. We are a family of pickers. We travel the world finding wonderful things and bringing them to you. Today, I'm going to be showing you so many amazing items. I literally have nowhere around me that I cannot reach to without touching a fantastic item. I'm going to be reaching all over the place, bringing them over, showing them to you. We have SJ Purple watching from Brockton, Massachusetts. Hey, Steven, flight attendant Steven. Hey, if you guys do not already follow flight attendant Steven, please give him a subscribe here on YouTube. And we have Tomaline sending blessings from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Oh, I love how no matter where in the world people are, they can come here and we can all be together for just a few minutes. It makes the world just a slightly smaller place and brings us closer, doesn't it? We've got Scotts Valley, California watching. That's fantastic. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I want to hear all of them. Thank you all so much for being here. So, how can you buy? When you go to pickerroad.com, we have 3 different ways you can get there. We have QR codes that pop up on the screen. We have in the comments, we have links, or you can just go to pickerroad.com. Simple as that. The first thing you're going to see there is today's poster art, and then you can click the button and see all the items. We have an incredible show with a very diverse amount of items here, but we also have hundreds more on pickerroad.com. So much that you can see every variety. So every single item purchased today will get you a hedgehog in the hedgehog race. At the end of the show, we are going to do a hedgehog race inspired by our friend Rhodey here. And the winners of those races are going to each receive $10 in Picker Road bucks for their next purchase. You'll receive those codes at the end of the show. So we're not doing just one race. We're not doing 2. We're doing 3. You want to get in on there. Every single purchase you make, if you buy 3 items, you get 3 hedgehogs, even if it's in the same purchase. So get in there, get your purchases going. Check out the catalog because some people jump ahead and they make their purchases and then the item is gone before you get a chance to even see it on camera. Before you make a purchase, let me just catch up on the chat here. We've got Nancy watching from New Hampshire. We have Kat watching Little River in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thank you. He is doing very well. Everybody, oh, please keep sending your wishes to him. Before we start with purchases, I want to put a little graphic up here, and I want to tell you we're doing a special today. Since I'm taking over the show, I thought it would be fun to give everybody 10% off all items in the store. every single item in pickerroad.com. If you have had your eye on something for a while, go and get it right now. And I just want to make sure. Yes, the graphic is online. Perfect. Promo code WILL10, WILL10, good for 10% off all items at pickerroad.com. And you can use it multiple times. So if you see something, you grab something, you can go back and get something later. That code is good until midnight tomorrow night. That's Wednesday night, midnight Pacific time. So if you are watching on the replay, first of all, hi there. Thank you for watching. Second, go in there and use it. You've got until midnight on Wednesday to get 10% off any item at pickerroad.com. All right, so we've gone over how to buy, we've gone over the Hedgehog races, and we have gone over the promo code. I think it's time to start. I have got items from our picking adventures from all over the world here. I'm so excited to share them with you. And of course, there's everything else at pickerroad.com. And when a purchase is made, Rhodey's going to let me know with that bell. All right, our first item up today is an incredible recent find from that wonderful street market that we went to here in Las Vegas. Look at this large, beautiful, antique lidded oval tin. So this is painted with a woman and flower motif. Let me get a little close-up camera going here, and you can see some extra detail. Look, isn't that just a beautiful tin? Look at the artwork on that. I think that is just stunning, and the age of this is incredible. It's a true antique, but it's got a really nice tight fit to it. Let me give it an open here, show you. Look at that. I love true antique tins like this. They are fantastic. Still has a very, very tight seal on it. It's really all about that artwork, though. Look at the dress she's wearing. That's the 1920s right there. Almost reminds me, everyone knows I'm a film guy. This reminds me of the scene in Wings, which was the first film to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. The lead star in that was Clara Bow, the iconic It girl. And there's a scene where she's like out in her garden, and the two pilots that are friends come to see her before they go off to World War One. Just when I remember when my mom found this the other day, that was the scene I was thinking of when she got it. Let's get a measurement on this. This is 12 inches wide, about 8 inches deep, and 3 inches tall. It is an absolutely fantastic piece. Let me get the chat back up here so I can see what everyone is saying. Kat says, wow. Carrie is watching from Minnesota. Oh, nice to see you too. Okay, oh, I forgot to put our lower third graphic up here. Let me get that going here. We have a little caption on the bottom. So my dad, Gary, is watching right now. He's doing really well. He can't type and respond to everyone, but he's reading all the comments. So please leave a comment, say hi, let him know that you are watching, you care about him. He's doing really, really well, and we hope to have him back soon. He's recovering, and then he's going to be bigger, better, stronger, faster, bionic. Okay, so this is our first item up today, beautiful antique tin, and that is $68. But as I said, let me get that graphic back up there, 10% off with promo code WILL10, 10% off all items today. And you know what I'm going to do? Everyone will just give me 1 second. I'm going to add that to the bar at the bottom of the screen as well, because that's going to go away every time I do a QR code. So promo code WILL10, 10% off all items on pickerroad.com. How's everyone doing today? You having a good Tuesday? I am so excited to be here with you all. There we go, nice and updated. So, we have our first purchase of the show. Let me close that close-up camera there for a second, and we are going to add our first hedgehog. Oh, congratulations. That is a wonderful piece. The Costa Rican artist signed pot with frog and lizard. That's coming up in just a minute. We will show that on camera. Even though it is already sold, it will be shown in just a moment. Our first hedgehog in the race is going to be Costa Rican frog pot. Do you name your hedgehogs that? I do. Okay, let me show you our next item of the show. We have, oh, Royal Hager. Oh my goodness. This was one of our recent finds, and this was so exciting. Let me bring it up here. Oh, I think we have another bell from Rhodey. Rhodey says, congratulations to the purchaser of the small cloisonne lidded box and vase. Gonna add that hedgehog in as well. Right now, we're gonna say cloisonne box and vase is now the name of hedgehog number 2. Well, I'm going to show you this. So this is a 2-piece Royal Hager set. It's got the original label here. Let me get our close-up camera going. And of course, we name the hedgehogs after the items, not the purchasers. We like to respect everyone's privacy. So if you want to call out in the chat that you grabbed something, feel free to. We want to give you that opportunity. Oh, thank you, Kara. Kara bought the Costa Rican pot. Thank you so much. I hope you treasure it. And we have, I'm trying to see, we've got Denise saying, thank you for the update on Dad, praying for him, glad he's doing well. That means so much. Thank you so much. And Denise also says, hi, Gary, of course we miss you. HTG, trust me, we missed the HTGs when we were out picking yesterday. Oh, it's so great to have him with us, and he'll be back soon, very, very soon. We're feeling really good about how he's doing. And Carrie says, glad that you are doing good. I am bionic too, right? Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing the technology and what medical science can do today. It's just really incredible. And Betty is watching from West Palm Beach. Hi, Betty. Betty says, hi, Gary. Get better soon. Thank you so much. Carrie's watching from Minnesota. Good to see you. Okay, so let me show you there on the close-up. There is your original Royal Hager label. And then on the back, we've got Hager USA. On the base, this is the basin. And then we have the 6-inch tall pitcher as well. Sometimes these come in those really big ones, and it just takes up a lot of space, and it's hard to figure out what to do with them. I thought this one was just such a nice size. As you can see, the pitcher itself is about 5 inches tall, and then the basin is 2 inches tall. Put them together, and you have a set that's about 6.5 inches tall in total. It's really lovely. It is in exquisite condition for its age. Just fantastic. This is true vintage Royal Hager, and the pitcher has the Royal Hager marking on it there. I thought it was just really wonderful set. And again, like I said, fantastic condition. We are asking $28 for both pieces. Just beautiful. Classic Royal Hager pieces. Okay, so from Royal Hager, I think we should go to the piece that just sold. Very good. Congratulations. I'm not going to put the code up for that because it has sold, but I will show you here. This is wonderful Costa Rican pottery. It's got a frog motif on both sides and then this wonderful tribal art on the bottom. That's just fantastic. Congratulations. I hope you really enjoy it. Wonderful. Okay, let me bring that close-up camera down for a second. I'm going to set this back down here. And next up, we are going to have another frog piece. This is fun. This is whimsical, fun, and vintage. We have a frog belt buckle from the 1970s. And this is from Sears, which I thought was really interesting. The Sears catalog, started in the 19th century, was so popular that when they built the modern Chicago post office, we learned this when we were picking in Chicago about 2 years ago. It was the largest post office in the world because they had to accommodate the amount of orders that were coming in from the Sears Roebuck catalog. So this is 1970s vintage Sears. As you can see, it is marked on the back there. And it's just such a fun, whimsical belt buckle. It is a frog holding a flower. Look at that. Isn't that great? It measures about 3 inches long and about 2.5 inches tall. And it's just so sweet. Even if you didn't use it as a belt buckle, it's just a really fun brass accent. The frog's holding a flower. So great. All right. Let me check up on the chat here. I have multiple screens open. And of course, mom and I usually have, she's doing one thing, I'm doing the other thing. So I truly appreciate. I truly appreciate your sticking with me today as I kind of hijack the show, I guess. Oh, Tomaline says, love the cloisonne set. Look forward to receiving it. No rush. Thank you so much. Kim Harding says, hi, Will. Send regards to Gary and Harleen. They are watching, Kim, and they truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Mom will be back next week when we do our live, and hopefully Dad will be back very soon afterwards. We're all sending our best wishes to them, and he's doing great. I can't believe how great he's doing after just a week since he had his big surgery. So let me check here. And our next item up is going to be. Oh, we're going right into sterling. Wow. Hey, has everyone seen the price of silver lately? It has been absolutely crazy. So, this is a sterling silver serving spoon ladle. This is from 1912. Think about that. 1912. Today is actually Titanic Day. 114 years ago today, the Titanic sank in the Atlantic Ocean in 1912. So this serving spoon, this sterling silver serving spoon, marked 925 and 1912 on the back, was around. It was on this planet when the Titanic sank 114 years ago. Can you believe that? I think that's really incredible. Now it's got a nice weight to it. This is a lot of sterling silver here, and it measures 5 inches tall, and the actual basin is about an inch and a half wide. I think it's just incredible. And it is solid sterling silver. Really great condition, too. Just wonderful. All right, I am checking I've got so many different screens here, so we're going to be doing this a little bit slower than we normally do, but I appreciate everyone's patience as we go around. So, next up, from sterling silver, I think it is time that we go to Murano, Italy. How about that? This next one is really something. Look at this. This is a heavy, heavy Murano glass art duck. Wow. Look at that. I'm going to actually close the close-up camera because this is such a big piece here. So, there we go. I'm going to show you here. This piece is marked, it's got the original label on it. It is marked Hand Blown Italy, Berkeley House. Berkeley House is a distributor, so they would get it from Murano, very much in the same way that Rosenthal Netter would sell Batosi. They would acquire the Batosi and then they would put their label on it. So this has the original Berkeley House BH label on there, and this is a Murano glass Italian art glass duck. I cannot stress to you enough how heavy this is. It's not solid. You can see that there's the hole there that the glass blower would have blown to create the shape, but it is thick, thick glass and it has so much weight to it. Look at the detail there. Isn't that wonderful? And then I love the band all around the center of the body. Supposed to be the feathers. It almost looks like peacock feathers, doesn't it? The colors on this are just incredible. And at $135, you get 10% off. There's no limit to the items for 10% off. All items 10% off. So this beautiful duck measures 9 inches long and about 5 inches tall and about 4 inches wide. It really is incredible. And you can see the clarity of the glass, the design, everything about it is what you expect from Murano. I remember I learned when we were studying Murano that the island of Murano was so well regarded that the Doge of Venice, and we're talking in the 16, 1700s, when people did not get time off, they had to work all their lives. The Doge of Venice told the glassblowers of Murano that they were welcome to take the hot summer months off so they wouldn't be in discomfort while they were glassblowing. And the glassblowers were so proud of their work that they kindly declined to take time off. They wanted to continue their work because they were so dedicated to it. I thought that's really something. So this is Murano glass, and we've got more Murano coming up later as well. So stick with us for that. From a very heavy, very incredible piece, let's go to an equally incredible but small piece. I personally think willow tree is so sweet. And usually the willow tree angels stand. This one hangs. This is a wonderful hanging decorative ornament. Could be year round. It is a year round ornament, brand new with the original tag. This one is called Surrounded by Love. Abundant love surrounds you. Let me get our close up camera going here. And there it is. Look at her. Isn't she wonderful? She's got a grouping of flowers there. It looks like she's smelling them, and it has the original tag on it. This would make a lovely gift. Imagine you could hang that from all sorts of things. You could put that in a window. You could put that in your car. It's kind of a stretchy hanger there, so you could get it around a rear view mirror maybe. It's just such a lovely, sweet piece, and it is willow tree, brand new. It has all the markings on the bottom, dated 2013. We're asking $12 for that. Fun, fun little piece there. All right, next up, we've got some treasure craft. Before we do that, let me check the chat here. We've got Kara saying, so excited for my pot. Love it. Kim Harding says, oh, I'm doing great. Thank you, Kim. I'd much rather have my co-host with me. You know what I mean? It's always nice to have your partner with you. And Mom and I have created such a wonderful thing that we do here. And we love doing this. We love hanging out with all of you. I cannot wait to have her back next time we're live with you. By that point, I think Dad will be in really good shape to just hang out at home and watch the show. So, Kim, thank you. And Kino Max says, happy to hear Gary is doing great post hip surgery. Hi to you as well. Kat says, love that duck. And Anne says, Gary, hope you heal quickly. And Kino says, the duck is so pretty, right? And 10% off. Can't beat that. That's any item. So if there's something you've been keeping your eye out on, you want to grab that, and you also get a hedgehog in the race. So you might win $10 at the end of the show as well. We're all about having fun here at Picker Road. Okay, our next one, I'm going to leave the chat up on there, and I'm going to try and do my QR codes down here so it's a little bit easier to see when folks are talking. We have Treasure Craft. This is Americana. Treasure Craft, boy, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to go on one of those great American road trips of the 1960s. We've done incredible road trips. I love I've loved every road trip we've ever done and every one we're going to do. But you know that classic American road trip where you go and see the sights and there's the gift shops. Well, this is the kind of thing you would see in those gift shops. This is treasure craft made in the USA. You cannot beat that. And of course, the wonderful George the Antique Nomad literally wrote the book on treasure craft. So you can actually get his book and you can learn all about these different pieces. We just had one a few weeks ago that was very similar to this one, and then we found this one as well. This particular one measures about 10 inches long, and it's just, look at the colors. Look at the beautiful colors of it. That is so vintage, 1960s MCM classic Americana. Absolutely love it. It's a spoon rest, of course. So it's also functional vintage art. I think that's great. Okay, we have, again, very Americana and wonderful decor, this vintage cast iron buffalo hanging wall decor. This is cast iron, solid cast iron. It's got really nice weight to it. And there is a hanging hole here that you could put a nail or a very small screw into the wall, and then you could easily just hang it there. It is a buffalo. How great is that? Very nice weight to it. And it measures about 7.5 inches long and all the way to the hump, about 5 inches tall. Check there and check there. Got all these different screens to handle, folks. So, classic cast iron buffalo hanging wall decor. Very nice piece. Oh, I really like this next piece coming up too. This is artist signed pottery. It is speckled pottery with this wonderful mountain and sunrise motif. Look at that. This is artist signed on the bottom. I'm going to get you our close-up camera so I can show you up close here. And there it is. Look at this work. It's got this smooth speckle here, and then this kind of raw, unglazed pottery here that kind of shows the mountains with the sun rising or setting, depending on your interpretation, behind the mountains. I think this is just beautiful. It's got really nice weight and really nice balance to it. Really wonderful piece of pottery here. And again, got to get the light to shine in the right way, but it is artist signed right here. Now, when you click on the listings or you use the QR codes, you can actually see all the detailed pictures of every single item that we have on pickerroad.com. So if you want to see more of any one item, and I also want to say, if you have any questions about any items, please feel free to ask. Leave it in the comments, and I will try and answer any question that I can about this, where we found them, what we learned about them. I like to say that these items are on a journey just like all of us. We say join the journey at Picker Road because we're all on a journey, not just us, but the items too. You think about where all these wonderful items have come and gone to, and then when you acquire them, they go on the next leg of their journey. So this piece here is about 5 inches tall and about 5 inches in diameter. Again, very well balanced in design. I really give a lot of credit to the ceramic artist who made this. Wonderful work. From that, let me go to our codes. Oh, we're going antique and we are going big. This was a very big find from one of our recent estate sale episodes. It's so heavy. It's so stunning. This is, again, I'm going to start on this camera up here and then I'll bring it back. This is antique German porcelain. This is a pedestal bowl. It is lidded. Take the lid off for a second and show you that. Everything about this is exquisite. It is just stunning. It is so heavy because this is solid brass. This is solid brass, and it has a solid piece of marble in here. Wow. Look at the griffin motif. Often you see the lion footed, but this one is a griffin motif. And look at the painting on this with the gold accents and the flowers. Isn't that just incredible? And again, so heavy. It has all the brass fittings in it. It is so clean for its age. We did our research on this, and this is true antique. This is German porcelain. It has a casting mark here. You can see the 310 there, casting mark 310. This is an incredible piece. Comps of this, comparison pieces of this, have it $400 to $500 or more. It's really an amazing, amazing piece of German antique. It's like the pieces that we would see in the European museums that we were exploring when we were picking in Austria and Germany with Laura Caldwell a little over a year ago. This one, 7.5 inches tall from base to the top of the lid. And again, I cannot stress upon you that incredible weight. Could you imagine that in a collection? It's just really, it's incredible. So let me do a little update here and check our chat. Kim says that is beautiful, needs to be in a Victorian home. Yeah, it could absolutely be in a Victorian home. I think that it could be in a modern setting too. If if you place it correctly, you make it a centerpiece. I think a piece like this can fit so many different settings, and that's what's incredible about antiques. I think it's really fun to see how people can put an antique in a setting that it may not have originally been meant for. And that's why I love also so many times all you wonderful folks, you buy our items and then you send us pictures of how you have placed them. We love seeing that. You have our email address in every single episode that we put out in the descriptions. We absolutely love to see how you stylize the treasures that you find from Picker Road. So please, please keep that coming and show us. We love it. Okay, I'm going to hit a little update here. And next up, we are going to do a piece of cloisonne. That's coming from this side over here. We have a cloisonne bunny rabbit. Let me get our close-up camera going here. And look at this little fellow. Hello. Hello. This is actually a very, very sought after cloisonne rabbit. The detail on this is wonderful. There is so much color and movement and expression. I love the way the ears are in two different places. You see that when you see a rabbit, that they're listening to everything around them, so their ears, focus in on different things. Of course, when we're working with animals, we get to see that, and we love working with rabbits. They're so precious. And then you've got that wonderful blue enameling on there, and then this is not like the made in China labels. This one says made in Beijing, China. So you can see the vintage, that is a true vintage. That is, I want to say, at least 40 years old, if not older, on the label there. And we did our research on these, and we were finding ones selling for $90 to $100. So therefore, we priced it accordingly. And again, 10% off. Code WILL10 down in the stream down below. Enter that in. Good until midnight tomorrow night. That's Wednesday night on every single item at pickerroad.com. Please do it during the live though, and get your hedgehog in the hedgehog race. That's an added bonus where you might get an extra few bucks. Hey, think about this. You get 10% off the first item you purchase. You get into the hedgehog race. You win a hedgehog. We send you the code right after the show, and then you use that and get 10% off your next one. You're just going to keep on saving. Picker Road is all about fun and finds for you. All right, this guy measures 4 inches long and 2.5 inches tall. Again, so wonderful. All right. How is everyone doing? Are you enjoying the show? This is the first time I have ever done a solo live show like this, and I really appreciate you sticking with me. I hope you are enjoying yourselves. It would mean a lot to me if you were. Okay, next up we have some Roy Kirkham. Roy Kirkham is another style very much like Port Marion, which everyone knows I'm always looking for. It's very garden centric, very beautiful. It almost reminds me of how like the Audubon birds were presented, only they do it with flowers and sometimes, bees and butterflies. This is just a beautiful Roy Kirkham piece. I'm going to take the top off here so I can show you the bottom. This is Roy Kirkham 2002 fine bone china made in England. This is English fine bone china. This is the orchid one. It says pansies and orchids, and then on the inside, there's a little additional accent of orchids. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Carrie says I'm doing a great job. I appreciate it. I miss having my partner in picking right next to me. So hopefully the next show we're going to be right back to the way we've always been. And of course, keep sending your thoughts and hellos to my dad. He is watching from home right now. He cannot type in. We told him don't try to type, just read everyone's comments and enjoy the love, because the comments that you all left when we announced that he was having his hip replacement, they were overwhelming. There were so many wonderful comments, so many people who reached out who have had their own surgeries and how well they've done with it. It was just extremely encouraging for him to hear that. And the morning after the actual surgery, we sat there and we read every single comment to him. So it just meant a lot for him to hear that and know that you all are rooting for him and that you've been through it too, and it's made you better on the other side. So thank you all so much. Kara says, "Oh, thank you, and I only buy from you all because I know you have top quality items." Thank you, Kara. That really means a lot to us. We work really hard to bring the best to Picker Road, so we really appreciate that. And it looks like we have two new hedgehogs in the race. Thank you so much. I'm going to close that close-up camera for a second, then we'll continue showing this Roy Kirkham. But as I was saying, you do not just have to buy from what I'm showing you. You can buy from pickerroad.com. All of the items on there, and the promo code works on all items. So congratulations to the purchaser of the fancy crystal and amethyst rhodium plated earrings. Those are beautiful. And the Lennox Dove and Heart brooch. Just wonderful. So I am going to do rhodium in Rhodey's honor earrings and Lennox Heart brooch are our next two hedgehogs in the race. Thank you so much. I hope you really enjoy those. Okay, let me get back to this wonderful Roy Kirkham. This is not just a teacup. It's a three-piece set here. So you put this in, you take the lid off, and it is a strainer. So you can actually put tea leaves in here. You don't just have to do, the bagged versions. You could actually put tea leaves in here. And then once you've soaked it and it's gone through, you can take the strainer out and then you could put the lid back on, or you could just sip and enjoy your tea. So it is a three-piece set, and I really love the way that he's done the color scheme here, because you've got the orchid colors here, and then the lid is got a kind of a bluish motif to it. So there's a really nice color balance to it. Now the whole set is about 6 inches tall, and it looks like it has never been used. Look at that. Clean and ready to go. It can either be a display piece, or you can properly use it. Barb says, "Hi, Gary. Hope you are healing and you will be driving the beast and being HTGing before you know it." Barb, you know it. He's working hard on it, and we cannot wait to have him back. And that big hand just comes into the camera and he takes the item. And we miss him. We when we went out picking yesterday, we had an amazing day. You'll see that on Thursday. We had some really great finds, but we certainly missed not having him with us. And did I misplace my mother, or is she being a good nurse? She is being a very, very good nurse. She's doing so much. We are all working really hard. Even my brother David was there yesterday, giving us a hand while we went out and did some filming. It's been absolutely wonderful. The family is together, and we're taking really good care of him so that he can have some really great healing, and then right back to picking soon. So I want to say though, thank you to all of you. Thank you for being here and supporting him. That means so much. It's not just the four of us. It's all of us. We are all together on this and sending the good wishes, the prayers, everything to him. It means so much. Okay, next up, oh, we got mushrooms. These are just these are so 1970s vintage. Mushrooms kind of became a thing in that era, didn't they? So we have these vintage ceramic mushrooms. They just scream 1970s. They're so much fun, so whimsical. Each one is a big mushroom and a small mushroom. And then, of course, you've got the three dots. Never remember. Did we lose our connection for a second? I think we're back. I think we are back. Said we lost a connection for a second. Are we back? Let me know in the chat. Okay, I can never remember which one is which. The three dots, the two dots. I think they say that you do the pepper as the three dots and the salt as the two. If I have it reversed, then I'm Scarecrow and I apologize. But these are just so much fun. Each one measures about 3 inches tall, and they are classic vintage mushroom salt and peppers. So cute. I know you have all taken the best care of him. It takes a village. It really does, Barb. And you're part of the village. We appreciate you all so much. Supporting us by watching the channel and leaving comments. Sorry about that. Sorry that the signal dropped out for a second. We have fiber internet in here. I don't know why it ever drops out, but if it does, hang around and we'll be back quickly. It hiccuped a little bit, but now we're back. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Barb, and thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. No, no, no. You guys are part of the village. Your comments, your views, your likes, it is never lost on us. Please never think that we aren't reading the comments, or appreciating the support that you're giving us on Picker Road. We've created a wonderful community here, and each and every one of you is very, very special to all of us. So thank you. And I appreciate you saying that, Betty. I much rather have my whole team here with me, but Rhodey's a good co-host, right? Okay, next up we've got Artisania Rinconada. My mom loves these. I love them. I think they're so great. Kim Harding says aliens. Aliens caused the hiccup, right? Oh, okay. So Artisania Rinconada, look at this polar bear. Isn't he just wonderful? Oh, he's got big paws. And there's something about Artisania, the natural feel of it, and then you've got the smoothness of the accents, the nose, the eyes, the paws. It's just a wonderful piece. There's your signature on the bottom there. And I these are so great. I always love when we find these, and we keep finding ones that we've never seen before. I remember this was a new one for us, and then there was a giraffe that we found that was a new one. I believe this is the only one that we have in stock right now. So if you grab this, then you are getting our only current Artisania. We'll have to go back on the hunt for more of them. This one is about 3.5 inches tall. And again, there's your signature. And of course, you have a million different ways you can display an artisania. You can put it in a cabinet, you could put it on a mantle, on your desk. They have really nice weight to them. So, I mean, if you want to be really careful, you can make it a paperweight. Just a lot of fun. And again, look at that little face there. Hello. Put a little bottle of Coca Cola in his hand, right? Who remembers the polar bear Coke commercials? Oh, Barb says a silent partner. My goodness. No, I prefer to have someone to talk to, don't you? Oh, Kim says so cute. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, this one is just really fantastic. Hello there. And again, 10% off. Can't beat that. Okay. Next up, ah, again, from that wonderful market that we did just this past weekend. This is a true find. This is antique Chinese enamel lotus water dropper. Wow. Okay. This is stunning. Again, I close that close up camera and then I need it as soon as I do that. Look at this work. This came from a really fascinating antique dealer who we got to know while we were filming there. He had some really wonderful items, including that Scotty Dog Depression lamp that sold, I believe, within 3 minutes of us posting it. It was so popular. This is one of the other pieces from him, and this is really incredible. Look at the detail of this. This is true antique. It is enamel. It is a lotus water dropper. It has some wear marks on the bottom, which is to be expected with a piece of this age. To me, that just verifies the age of this, and I think it's really a wonderful thing to see that on there. If it was pristine, I would worry that it was a reproduction. This one measures about 6 inches long and about 3.25 inches deep. We found similar designs, obviously by the same studio, but with different color schemes, and they were in the $200 to $300 range. So we priced this one at 125 plus the 10% off that you would get using the code WILL10, which is good through the show and through midnight tomorrow for all the folks watching on the replay. I think this is just beautiful, just incredible. I'm going to get so you can see there. It's a balance of the light and the reflection. Look at that. And then it's just incredible. The way that the handle is the stem and it goes all the way up there. Truly, truly wonderful artisan quality. Okay. Oh, this was one of my finds. I thought this was fun. And I had 4 of these and 2 of them have already sold. So this is the last that I have of these. This is Decor Rouen, which is in France. This is Decor Rouen. I feel like I'm backwards. There we go. It is Fayette, Maine, which is hand painted. And these are wonderful scalloped ramekins. Just really wonderful additions to any dining table that uses this kind of style and motif. You could put small services in them. You could put fruits or nuts and use them on a coffee table. They are both marked Decor Rouen, Fayette, Maine. They sell for $50 a piece. And like I said, I had 4 of them. 2 of them have already sold. I'm selling these 2 together at $38, which would be $19 a piece. Math or maths, if anyone's watching across the pond. Each one of these measures about 6 inches in diameter. Again, I just love the shape of them. Of course, the kind of ramekins that you have, potatoes au gratin in. Those are just circular. This is more of a service one. Hand painted, yes, hand painted. So they are just absolutely fantastic. There's little accents on the sides too. Look at that. Just beautiful. And again, you are getting a pair of them for $38. And of course, I cannot get them there. Flowers pointed up. There we go. Do do do. uh, and they are really wonderful pieces. Okay, I think we have a bell. Congratulations to the purchaser of the Willow Tree Angel. Wonderful. Let me add our hedgehog into the race. We're going to do Willow Tree Ornament, because I do believe we have a couple of other willow trees on there, but that's the only ornament. And thank you so much. That is our 5th hedgehog in the race, everyone. Let's see if we can get to 10. We want 10 hedgehogs in the race. That'll make it a really fun, big race. And we got a lot more items to show. And like I was saying, we have a lot more on pickerroad.com. Hundreds of items across the spectrum of genres and choices. We're going to get into some jewelry in a little bit. You know what? We're doing the jewelry next. That is our next item, actually. We're going to do a little segment of jewelry. If jewelry is not your thing, hang around, and then we'll be back with some more wonderful antiques and vintage and all that. But first, look at this abalone faux pearl and shell necklace. This, I believe we found just last week. Look at that. Look at that abalone shell there. Look at the luster in this. I believe this has been polished. You can see on the back there, that's polished abalone. It's just stunning. And then you've got faux pearls, real shells, and then more faux pearls. Really wonderful. This is, I believe this is vintage. Look at the clasp on that, the closure. This is a really nice piece of vintage costume jewelry. It it is. I'm not going to try and open it. This is Mom's department. Wish you were here, Mom. Hi. But it's really a stunning piece. The abalone shell itself measures 4 inches across and 2.5 inches deep, and then the actual necklace, we are looking at 22 inches in length. Just wonderful. And I believe, there we go, we have 2 hedgehogs that we are adding into the race. Again, not items from tonight's show, but that is wonderful. That is exactly what I was hoping to see. Folks finding treasures that they have been looking at on pickerroad.com, and they get an additional 10% off. So I'm going to take a quick second here, and I'm going to add them to the race. We have the dichroic glass heart pendant on silver tone torque. So I'm going to say dichroic pendant torque is our first hedgehog. And the second one is, the Monet rhinestone necklace. Like a rhinestone necklace. I didn't think I was going to get to do that tonight. Monet rhinestone necklace. And we have 7 hedgehogs in the race now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And did I miss another? Oh, congratulations to the purchaser of the Fayette, Maine ramekins. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you folks are seeing things that you're enjoying and want to take home and like I said, continue on the journey. So I am going to do Fayette, Maine ramekins as our next hedgehog in the race. Now, of course, if you purchase something and you don't see me add the hedgehog, just give me a nudge in the chat. But I'm getting my updates on here, so we should be all good. Thank you all so much. Thank you, truly. It means a lot to me. Again, I think this necklace is really just exquisite. The luster of the abalone makes it a real statement piece. You walk in, you walk into an area with the lighting, and the light hits that. It's going to turn heads. It's really something. All right. Next up in our jewelry segment here, we have a charm bracelet. It's an I love you charm bracelet. Beautiful colors to it. Look at all these little accents. They all sparkle. They're all round, so they turn. And then you've got a little heart that says, I love you, right there. Isn't that great? There's another heart here, and it has a lobster claw closure, and the closure itself even has some accents on it. It really is a wonderful piece with a lot of detail, and you've got some room here if you wanted to add some charms to it. So you could definitely increase the charmingness of the charm bracelet. Just a really really wonderful piece with a lot of movement because they're all round, and then the sparkles of all the, the little stones in there. Just a wonderful piece. And I believe, there we go. I've got it open. I'm going to give you a full measurement of it. The little heart extender does give you some extra room. You can get up to about 8.5 inches with it. A really lovely piece. You get the lobster claw back on there, and there you go. Very nice. We have, oh, okay, again, abalone mother of pearl. Look at this. This is vintage. This is alpaca silver, and I think the detail on this is really exquisite. So this is inlaid abalone mother of pearl and alpaca silver. It can be both a pendant and a brooch. So you've got your closure here for it to be a brooch, or you put it on a cord or a chain, and you can turn it into a necklace pendant. It is marked alpaca silver, and it's wonderful. Look at that. We get the light to hit that. Again, the luster that you can get off of mother of pearl and abalone is just wonderful. You know, back back when we were living in California, we were doing a cooking program with a good friend of ours who was a wonderful gourmet chef, and one of his specialties was abalone, and he would always have the shells around. And I remember that the light would hit them a certain way, and they were really beautiful. This is 2 inches in diameter, and again, beautiful. Ah, Mary Williams says, "How is Gary doing? We miss him. We miss his lovely personality and gentle spirit he brings to the videos. Get well soon, Gary." Well, he sees that, Mary. He is watching, Marie, excuse me. He is watching. He is so appreciative of everybody who is sending support and love his way. He is healing so well. He had a wonderful physical therapy. It's going really great. So we are counting the days until we have him back on the road with us, HTG style. And we are very excited to get back out there, picking and traveling and bringing all these adventures to you. But please keep leaving your comments. If you're watching on the replay, put it in the comments on there too. He sees every single one of them. We're making sure of it. We made sure that he heard every single positive thing that everybody had to say to him after we announced the surgery. It means so much to him. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, beautiful piece of inlaid abalone mother of pearl alpaca silver. All right, we've got two more jewelry pieces that I want to share with you. Again, a charm bracelet that you could add wonderful pieces to. I think this would be so much fun that as you travel, you add charms to where you travel to, because it's a travel style bracelet. It has a compass charm, and it's got a little circle that says no matter where. Isn't that wonderful? A compass, and no matter where you travel to, someone is thinking of you when they give you this. And then you've got this long, wonderful bracelet here that you could add charms to from all your adventures and travels, or where somebody else goes to and gives them to you as a gift. Beautiful style. Very, very ornate, and it's got nice weight to it, not too much, not too little. I'm gonna give you a length on that. I'll show you that the lobster claw even has a heart motif on it. It's really lovely. So let me open that up and give you a full length. It is 8 inches long. And of course, there are detailed pictures and descriptions on pickerroad.com. You all know, you know the story with that. But this is just a wonderful piece that would make a great gift, I think, if you're not going to get it for yourself. But a wonderful gift for the person who travels. No matter where, I'm thinking of you, right? All right. One more piece of jewelry here. This is artist signed. It is really, I think it's just really something, the way that the colors and the silver mix on this. This is artist Kuhn, Kuhn, alpaca silver. It is a flower basket brooch. And there's your signature there on the back. It is marked Kuhn alpaca. You can see that that is definitely an older closure there. And look at the way that they blended the colors into the alpaca silver. Excuse me. Really wonderful piece here. This one measures 1.5 inches by about 1.25 inches. And we are asking $22 for that one. Trying to hold it here so you can see all the little dots on the edge there go all the way around. It is a nice relief on it. You can run your finger over it and feel that. It's got full relief to it. And again, very, very well made. Wonderful piece. And I believe that is the jewelry that we have for you today. We've got a lot more items, but that was the jewelry that we had to offer. And like I say, we have a lot more jewelry at pickerroad.com. So be sure to check that out. How about the real McCoy? Oh my goodness, it's so heavy. This is, does everyone remember that incredible estate sale that we went to where it was the collector of McCoy and other pottery? Oh my goodness. So many treasures there. Okay, this is the real McCoy. This is grape and leaf vase. And isn't that shape just amazing? I'm gonna close our close-up camera here for a minute so that I can get it up here and you can see the full shape of it. Look at that. Now, the collector had meticulous notes and history, and there is an original note there on the inside, and it's really amazing. This is one of the last pieces I believe we have from that collection. It is almost 8 inches tall, just a hair under 8 inches tall at its tallest point, and it is that classic McCoy style, pristine, just wonderful for its age. Hard to believe. It's really wonderful. It is the real McCoy. And we are offering that for $24 with 10% off and a hedgehog in the race. I feel like I'm, you know, offering everything. We want everyone to have a good time here. Okay. Lennox. Everyone knows Lennox is one of my things. I've just always been fascinated by the quality of it. This is a really interesting one because this is early American Lennox. So the modern Lennox, of course, uses a lot of the gold accents to it. We learned from a wonderful viewer who shared with us, and truly, we appreciate everyone who supports us and gives us the history that they know about things because then we learn along the way. One of our viewers told us about how a group of artists from Balik in Ireland went to America and they started Lenox. So that's how Lenox USA began. It was original Balik artists. And if you look at Balik and you look at Lenox, that makes perfect sense. You can see that it's the similar style. Lenox kind of went off in their own direction. They started making their porcelain thicker and a little more durable, and they added the gold accents. Balik is almost paper thin. When you shine Balik up to the light, you can see through it. It almost looks like lithophane at times. Lenox definitely created a much more solid motif to it. Now, this is early Lenox. So let me get the close up here so you can see. This is Lenox USA with that dark blue in there. When they started doing the gold accent Lenox USA, I would say, if I know my history correct, that's in the 1980s. And then, of course, they started, manufacturing in other places. And then they took off the made in USA. They still do make some in the USA, very rarely, but they took off the made in USA, and then they did all gold accents on it. So this is absolutely true vintage Lenox. It is a large scalloped footed bowl. It measures about 8 inches in diameter and about 3 inches tall. And again, it is that classic Lenox. It is just wonderful. And we sold some Lenox, wasn't this one, but congratulations to the purchaser of the set of 3 Lenox dolphins. Congratulations. So that is a set of 2 porcelain and 1 crystal, because Lenox does crystal as well. That one is a crystal candle holder, and then 2 dolphin figurines. So that, congratulations. Wonderful. Now I have to do it. Yay! Yay! Didn't think I'd be doing that tonight either. Let me add some dolphins to the show. Lenox Dolphin Trio. Congratulations, and thank you so much for your purchase. I appreciate it. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate everyone supporting me doing a solo show for the first time in the channel's history. I have not ventured to do this before. I love having mom at my side here. We have a lot of fun doing this together and reminiscing and talking with all of you and learning things, teaching each other things. You guys teach us so much and help us find things along the way and learn about new things. It means so much to us. So I'm extremely grateful to have not just Rhodey as my co-host, but all of you as my co-host today. So thank you so much. Veronica says, love the dolphin. Aw, thank you. No, yeah, you're all my co-hosts today. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, we got Spode, and it's not Christmas Spode. It is not Christmas Spode. This is Spode Home. So they have their home line, which is different than their Christmas line. This is a set of 4 brand new, never used Spode roses, coffee mugs, teacups. You could use them either way. Again, like I said, brand new, never used. They are all marked Spode Home on the bottom. We have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. A set of 4. And they are all, like I said, brand new, never used, clean as a whistle, ready to go. Excuse me. There we go. They are just fantastic. I love Spode's style. They produce just... Thank you, Kara. Kara says, I am so funny. I try to have fun. It beats the opposite, right? They're Spode classic design. They are each about 4 inches tall. And if you collect Spode Christmas, why not add some Spode Home that you can put out year round? Or if you have Christmas out year round, like some people do, you can have these out as well. I think Spode just produces the best stuff. They're so fantastic. So a set of 4 You get all 4 of them for $48. That is $12 per mug. They sell for upwards of $20 a piece if you are buying them individually. They are fantastic. Now, let's go back to France. Limoges. Oui, oui. C'est si bon. This is really something. This is a set of Limoges trinket boxes that resemble a furniture collection, like Louis XIV style furniture. When we were in Paris a couple of years ago, we went to the Napoleonic apartments at the Louvre. This is where Napoleon III, his, I want to say grandson, I believe, since Napoleon III, but this is where Napoleon III actually lived and resided and held state dinners. So this is that style that you would see there. The wonderful artwork, and then the green. It was very. They had this green color, like really followed through in all the style there. You can see it goes all the way through on the back there. But this is a Limoges trinket box. Look at that, and it is marked on the bottom here. It says Porcelain d'Art, Limoges, France, in the gold, and then as well underneath Limoges there too. So you have the high back chair. You have the ottoman. This one's so small that I do not think Dick Van Dyke is going to trip over it. He will avoid tripping on this one. Opens up, and this one's marked Limoges on the inside there. And I think this one's really something. You have the sofa. Opens up right there. And there's the markings right there for that one. So all 3 of them have their Limoges d'Art, Limoges, France markings. When we did our research on these, we found comparisons. Just the sofa can sell for up to $200. So you are getting all 3 pieces, 6 pieces in total, because each one opens up. You're getting the set of 3 for $98. Take off 10%. Use that code, and you are getting these at an absolutely incredible price for fine Limoges French porcelain, ornate. Look at the artwork on these. The courting couples. This looks like you could start building your own miniature Napoleonic apartments of the Louvre just with these 3 pieces. They are fantastic. And the gold accents, I mean, this is Limoges, so it's real gold accents on there, of course. Again, I'll show you that high back chair one more time. I think they're just great. Just fantastic. The high back measures 4.5 inches tall. The ottoman, 2 inches tall. The sofa, 3 inches tall and about 5 inches wide. These are true collector's pieces. They're investment pieces. This is the kind of stuff I think is only going to go up in value, honestly. Just wonderful. And $98, take the 10% off. Let me set these back down very carefully. And I can't get over this sofa. It's just really something. Okay. We have a lidded jewelry box next. Okay, let me reach over for that. This is so heavy, folks. So heavy. We were talking earlier about those griffin feet, and I said, you often see the lion-footed. There you go, right there. So this is lion-footed. This is a large, heavy, lidded jewelry box. Beautiful flower motif etched into it and lined in red velvet. Isn't that great? Look at that. lined in red velvet. You could fit a lot of jewelry in there. Like I said, this is very heavy. It is weight. It's got really great weight to it, and it's got a nice tight fit to it. It is hinged on the back there, and it's got red velvet accents on the bottom as well. It's a really lovely piece. Just fantastic. It's got a nice feel to it. It's definitely older because it has a patina to it. As you can see, it's got a patina. We like to leave the patina on with pieces like this. If you want to purchase this and you want to really give it that clean and then have it be mirror finish, please, we welcome it. But some people prefer the patina of a true vintage piece. So we like to leave that option out there for all of our wonderful viewers to make that decision. And again, the lion feet, fantastic. This one measures 6.5 by 5, and with the feet about 3 inches, 3 inches tall. Very good. Rhody for scale. Has everyone heard of this whole banana for scale thing? I keep seeing this. I think it's just such a funny thing on the internet. People will do like, they'll say, this vase, here's a banana for scale, and then they'll do, here's a school bus, banana for scale, and it's a tiny little banana sitting by the tire or something. I just, it's goofy and fun. Ah, this is a great frame. A nice, fun, small frame that you could use on a desk or a nightstand. Beautiful faceted stones all around. Wonderful. You can kind of see the reflection there. Say hello to yourselves on camera. But wonderful faceted stones all around. And you could put a small family member, a loved one, a photo of a memory, a photo of a flower, maybe. All sorts of options. This has got nice weight to it. It's heavy. It is vintage, and the faceted stones, you can see the depth of them right there. Those are great. This will fit a photo that is about 3.5 by two and a half. So you can get a nice small photo in there. Really lovely quality piece. And again, it's got nice weight to it. It's not, I do not believe this is new. Look at the screws on the back there are not new. It's got that black velvet on the back, and just the way that the metal has been made here, it's got that vintage style to it. It's really wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's just a lovely piece. Really is. Be great for a little photograph. Okay, we have another piece of Lenox. Again, a very different style of Lenox here. This one is from the Lenox Colonial line. And again, I was talking about the history of Lenox earlier, and you can see that this one is in the gold, made in USA. So I would say this is probably somewhere between the 1970s and the 1990s. So this is the Lenox Colonial, and this is a sugar bowl. Now, of course, you could use it for many other things. You could put toothpicks. You could have straws. You could put this, there's all sorts of things that you could put this in. You could put, fruits or nuts in this. It's just a classic Lenox design with a beautiful white porcelain, as my mom always says, looks like white chocolate. And now I want some white chocolate, right? We all do. This measures 3.5 inches and about 2.5 inches tall. And again, this is the Lenox USA, so it is vintage. I said earlier that there maybe are still some Lenox USA. I don't believe that there's not. I don't think they're currently doing anything here in the USA for Lenox. They design it in the USA, and then I believe it's manufactured elsewhere. If it's the high-end current Lenox, I do believe they manufacture some of it in Europe or England. But if it says Lenox made in USA, I believe that it's over 20 years old. So classic Lenox Colonial sugar bowl, or any bowl, anything you want it to be. All right. I've been looking forward to showing these. This is classic Vegas. I found these this past weekend, as you saw on the channel. The Sands Las Vegas, the epitome of cool. This is where the Rat Pack lived and performed when they were in Vegas. When they were filming Ocean's 11, the iconic film with Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Joey Bishop, and Peter Lawford, they all lived at the Sands and they would headline their shows. One of my favorite classic vinyls is called Sinatra at the Sands. If you ever listen to this, it's him at his absolute peak, I think. He was just so cool. And he had Quincy Jones backing him up, and Count Basie was the band leader. I mean, just an amazing, amazing album. Live, recorded live at the Sands in the 1960s. The Sands is not here anymore. These are finite. Hey, Sherry, good to see you. If you're just joining in, I'm soloing today because Mom is taking care of Dad. Please send your best wishes in the chat. He is watching and reading and appreciates every single message of support he's been getting. So thank you so much for all the wonderful comments that everybody's been sending. Okay, so the Sands is not here anymore. The Sands was demolitioned, like in Vegas history. Everything eventually gets taken down, and that's where the Venetian currently is. You've seen us visit the Venetian on the channel before. So the poker room at the Venetian is actually called the Sands Poker Room in memory of the hotel. So this is a finite piece of Vegas history. They are getting harder and harder to find, and that's why I'm very excited to say you get a pair of them for $32. $16 a piece. I don't think they've ever been used. They are absolutely fantastic. Vintage, because the Sands was, I believe it was demolished in 1998, if I have my history correct. So you are never finding these again unless they're reproductions. These are originals. These are the turquoise text ones. I have 2 sets of 2 available. So if you wanted 4, you could just do quantity 2 on these. And then these are the shorter ones. I have in a dark purple, almost black. I have the standard size coffee mug. So the shorter ones are 3.5 inches tall, and then this one is 4 inches tall. I only have 2 of these, and I am doing these at $32 for the pair as well. So you have the opportunity to get up to 6 Sands mugs. I tell you, these are so popular in the antique stores here in Vegas. They're getting harder and harder to find, especially the ones with the color on them. The solid black ones, everybody sees those. They had a kind of a gold motif one. Those were the more recent ones. These are true vintage. The gentleman I got these from is actually a fan of the channel and had these for a very long time. So we are able to verify that these are true vintage Sands. Oh, Chad. Chad says, Casper Cat and I send Gary healing thoughts and speedy recovery. Thank you, Chad. I'm here solo because Mom is helping Dad out, and she'll be back for the next live. And then hopefully he'll be back not too far into the future. He is doing really, really well. But it means a lot that you're here joining me because all of you are my co-hosts today. So thank you all so much. Okay, so like I said, I've got 2 of these, and then I've got 4 of the turquoise ones, and they're Vegas history in a mug. All right, what do we have next? Let me see. Oh, we're back to Murano. I told you there was more Murano coming. This is another piece from that incredible collection that we purchased at the street market from the antique collector. This is Murano Cranberry Art Glass. This is a vintage table lighter. As you can see, it comes out. It's got the gold insert there, gold tone, excuse me. And this is a true vintage. It is by Minx. You see there? It says Minx right under the lighter itself. And it's just, look at that. classic, with Venetian cranberry glass. Starts in this incredible deep violet and then goes down, 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 and kind of turns into almost a bluish tone here, like water almost. Just beautiful Murano cranberry art glass. It's from another era. It's just from another time. Oh, Jared, thank you so much. So good to see you. And Chad says, no cartwheels, Gary. You hear that, Dad? You are not allowed to do cartwheels yet. Yet. This one measures about 4 inches tall. I'd say 3 inches tall for the glass itself. And it is just absolutely wonderful. Even if you don't use these are highly collectible. They're wonderful decorative display pieces from another era. In fact, we will actually be talking about the collectability of lighters in a little bit. So just wonderful pieces. And I think we have a congratulations to the purchaser of a pair of the turquoise sands mugs. All right, let me add that. Like I said, I have another pair in there. So I'm going to say number one on these. I'm going to say turquoise sands mugs number one. So if you wanted to grab another pair, feel free to go in there. But I want to say congratulations. And I believe we have another one here. One second. Oh, I believe the other set just sold as well. So congratulations, you're getting all four of them. So I'm going to say turquoise sands mug number two. Turquoise sands mugs number two. Congratulations. I'm so glad you enjoyed those and my little Vegas history. I love the history of this town. There's so much to learn about it. I started learning it long before we even moved here, and I love every bit of it. It's just such an interesting place to live. Again, Murano cranberry art glass. What a piece to talk about. This is a conversation piece, because then you can talk about Murano and the island of Murano. Like I was saying earlier, all that interesting history. The history of Murano goes back centuries, and we had the great pleasure of visiting Venice when I want to say 19 or 20 years old, and it was an absolutely perfect day that we had there, and we got to see so much of the Venetian glass in person. It was really incredible. I hope to go back. That's very high on my list, is to go back to Venice and to bring you all with us. We got a lot of travels coming up as soon as my pop heals. Okay, next up, I have this beautiful Nippon hand painted vase. Now, we have it marked as found. We always like to show everybody exactly the state of everything that we find. And after we purchased it, we did realize that right here is this interesting situation, we'll say, because I'm not sure if this is repaired post purchase or if this is something that they did actually at the Nippon studio when they made this. It appears that this handle has been reattached, but I don't think it's reattached right here. So I'm not quite sure what the deal is. The gold paint goes over it on both sides, or excuse me, on all three sides, and this edge here is actually smooth. So I'm not sure exactly what the deal is, whether it's in the mold and every single one of these that went out is like that, or if that's specific to this piece. But it is just too beautiful to not offer. So look at these flowers with the gold accents and how the stem goes all the way down to the base. It is marked on the bottom, hand painted. It is Nippon. And let me show you on the other side there. All those stems leading up to the flowers with all those accents and then the gold on it. It's just such an interesting piece. We couldn't not offer it, but we are going ahead and marking it as found because of whatever this is with the history of it. I would be very curious if anybody here knows the history of Nippon that maybe this was a common thing that they would do in studio. So fascinating, fascinating piece. And it measures 6.5, about 6 inches tall. I want to say we'll say 6 1/4, 6 1/4. And again, those flowers, the hand painted detail. Think about the time that somebody put into that, making all that incredible detail. And it could be yours. Could be going on the next leg of its journey to you. Just beautiful. All right, I'm going to set that way over there so it's nice and safe. Okay, this piece has got so many interesting aspects to it. Hey, Ronnie. Ronnie's a Star Trek fan like me. There's Live Long and Prosper. um, so this piece has so many interesting aspects to it. It is metal, porcelain, and art glass. It's got a courting couple in porcelain right on there on the top accent. And then you think that's it. Nope, 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 nope. I sound like Jimmy Stewart. Nope, 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 nope. It's got birds. Look at the bird motif in the glass. It's art glass, it's thick art glass, and the birds make up the base. There's 3 birds here, and their heads bob down, and they make up the base that the piece rests on. And if you shine the light on it, now of course I'm pointing towards the light, but if you shine a light to the back, you can see the birds with even more detail. It's really incredible. It's almost like a reverse intaglio or a lithophane. It's beautiful. It's really something. Again, we are very transparent with the state of items that we offer. One of the little metal teeth right here next to my index finger. One of the metal teeth is missing. I don't think that it hurts the incredible design of this piece. It's so much accent. The filigree is so beautiful. But and that's also why we are offering it for $38 instead of, a great deal more. This is wonderful, true vintage, and I think the birds just make it such an incredible piece. It's like their heads and the detail there. Look at that. And you can see the wings and their eyes. Carrie, so we have a plan. We have a plan and we're working on it. We want to offer the Picker Road shirts as soon as we hit 10,000 subscribers, which sounds like a lot, but we're not that far away. We're at 8,500 almost. So when we hit 10,000, we're going to actually open our Picker Road store online where you can get merchandise. We'll have roadie merchandise. We'll have all sorts of fun stuff. But yes, one of the first things we will be offering on there is the Picker Road shirts, which we are very proud that everyone likes so much that they would consider wearing. It means a great deal to us. So stay tuned for that and tell your friends to subscribe, because the sooner we get to 10,000, the sooner we can start that up. So let me check down here on this real quick. And I don't think I did a measurement on this. So with the accent, this measures about 5 inches long and about 3 inches tall. The glass part itself is 4 inches in diameter. And again, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful piece with so many different elements to it. It's unique. It really is. Okay, we have a brass bud vase. So this is vintage brass bud vase. It is by Transart Lamps and Accessories. I would not be surprised if this was made in India, as so much brass work is. It is not marked that, but it is a beautiful brass bud vase. As Mom always likes to say, imagine having a single flower coming out of this. It would make a wonderful gift. You can give it to somebody with a flower in it. As she likes to say, Mom, you're watching. I swear I'm not stealing your lines. I'm just honoring all these wonderful things that you've taught me. The flower may only last a few days, but the vase lasts forever. This one is a hair under 6 inches tall. It is that beautiful, smooth brass, wonderful condition. It's got nice weight to it. Nice weight at the base too. So I think it's got, it'd be balanced. You set it down. Absolutely. And we are asking $18 for that, not including the 10% off code that you can enter in. Anyone who's just joining the show now, we have 10% off all items on pickerroad.com. If there is something that you've had your eye on for a long time, please go in there and grab it. This code is on, and it's good for multiple purchases. Use it, keep using it. It's, any purchases you make between now and midnight tomorrow night, Wednesday, April 15th, for anybody who is watching on the replay. So do not miss out on your chance to grab that. But if you do it right now, if you do it during the show, you get hedgehogs in the hedgehog race. We have 11 hedgehogs in the hedgehog race. And I'm going to tell you this. We have a few more items to go. Not a ton. But if we get to 20 purchases, we get to 20 hedgehogs in the race, I'm going to add a 4th race in. So just throwing that out there. No one here to stop me. Okay, next up, we have... I'm getting my QR codes back online. Ooh! Usually I say we bought a giraffe. I bought a giraffe. I found this one. If you go back to the early history of Picker Road, we have a history now. Our 4th or 5th episode, we got to a garage sale just as it was opening. It was before the sun had come up. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I like that, Jared. Jared says, simple and elegant, and Mother's Day is quickly approaching, so there are a lot of gifts. Thank you. Jared's my co-host. I appreciate you on that. Everybody here is my co-host today. Thank you all. Okay, we went to this sale in Santa Barbara, where I was born and raised. We were visiting Santa Barbara for a few days, and we went to this sale, and the sun hadn't even come up, and they put out this beautiful carved African wood giraffe, and we purchased it. And the joke of that video was we bought a giraffe because later in the day we went to the Santa Barbara Zoo, where they have giraffes. You can feed them, and we fed a giraffe. So it was a giraffe-y kind of day. And ever since, whenever we see these beautiful hand-carved African wood giraffes, we bring them to you because they are wonderful. I think they're just wonderful. And I think that they support conservation in general by supporting artists in Africa who make these. Then you're helping, in many ways, you're helping the animals of Africa themselves. So this is one solid piece of wood that has been carved out. The legs and the body, this is all one piece of solid wood, and it makes this wonderful giraffe figure. It's so smooth, and then the base itself is kind of rough on the bottom, then starts getting smoother, and then the giraffe itself is smooth all the way up the neck, and then you get to that face. Let me show you. Hello, I'm a giraffe. Did you know that giraffes' tongues are purple? I thought that was really something. Their tongues are purple. It has to do with them not sunburning. Because they use their tongues obviously to take plants off of trees. Their tongues are incredibly strong and very long, so they have to stick them out and around. So that's how they don't get sunburned. They have developed into this sun-resistant tongues that are now deep, deep purple. And when you feed a giraffe, like we did in that episode, you hold out this giant lettuce leaf, and the tongue wraps around it and takes it and pulls it back in. It's really something to experience. You get a little gooey when you're doing it, and it's so much fun. This beautiful African carved giraffe is about 12.5 inches tall, just taller than the ruler itself. Fantastic piece. And you can also say, I bought a giraffe. All right. Next up, we have some books. We found some wonderful books recently, including this one, which it floors me. It absolutely floors me. You talk about history. Um, today, like I was saying, is the anniversary of the Titanic's sinking 114 years ago. April 14th is also the anniversary. Sherry, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, and good night. Have a wonderful dinner on the Emerald Coast. Thank you so much. We talk about history and how today is the 114th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. Well, today is also the let me do the math here, 1865. It is the 161st, I want to say, anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's assassination. That, of course, was at the end of the Civil War in the 1860s. This book is from 1853. This is pre-American Civil War. Abraham Lincoln could have read a copy of this book, and I think that that's stunning. This is from 1853. This is antiquarian. It is called Dinks on Dogs. It is edited by Frank Forrester. It is a guidebook to dogs. Now, at some point, a book collector has written first edition in here, which I think is an incredible, piece of information that they have given to the future generations. This has what is called foxing in it, which you would expect with a book that is 170 years old. My goodness. But I'm going to show you some of the pages here. This is for sportsmen. It's a guide on dogs. And let me look at this. Excuse me. Look at this. The page setting is so reminiscent of what you see in that era, like those broadsides. It is printed in New York in 1853. And look at, the dogs. There are incredible plates in here. Printing plates were used to create these books in that time period. It says, full instructions in all that relates to the breeding, rearing, breaking, kenneling, and conditioning of dogs, together with numerous valuable receipts for the treatment to which the canine is subject. It's for the use, designed expressly for the use of young sportsmen. Almost 170 years old, right, Veronica? Just incredible. It's got a preface in here, and then the list of illustrations, the pointer, beagles, and setters. I am going to find you another plate that I can show you. I thought I saw one just there. 1 second. Again, there we go. Look at this. The pointer. Isn't that just wonderful? The plates and the artwork, and the text is so strong, Again, like I said, there is foxing on this, but you're talking a piece that is 170 years old, almost 170 years old. It's got advertising in the back for upcoming books from, oh my goodness. I didn't see this when we first listed this. Look at this. There is an article in here for the upcoming works of James Fenimore Cooper. Can you believe that? Henry Fielding. I mean, the names that are in this is from a time where some of the greatest authors in modern history were actively writing their work, and it's being advertised in here as upcoming works. We're asking $120 for this. We found copies of this in worse condition listed for over $200. 1853 antiquarian book. This is a treasure for a book collector. I love it. I was so thrilled when my mom found this, and I cannot wait for it to find a new home and a new leg of the journey. And if you're not an antique book collector, maybe you're a dog lover. Maybe you have raised dogs. I just think that there's so many different aspects to it that that make it highly desirable and just wonderful. And Kim says, I bet each breed standard has changed a lot since then. Absolutely. Can you imagine if you know the details of breeds and you go back and read what's in here, it can actually change your perspective of how a breed has changed in the last 170 years. Let's say the last 20 generations of certain types of dogs. Really something to consider. Okay, next up, we have another book, and I was talking earlier about the collectability of cigarette lighters. I found this because we are constantly getting requests for guidebooks and reference books. This is a fantastic vintage guidebook. It is a price guide to cigarette lighters and collecting them. Now, the values in here are obviously not accurate to today's values, but what is in here is an incredible resource of imagery. Who makes them? Who designs them? Color plates of Zippo and all these different famous brands, designs, shapes. If you collect lighters, this is a invaluable resource. And then the front section is all black and white photography, teaching you details and history. There's so much in here. The amount of research that went into this is incredible, and it is a wonderful resource. We go right into, there's a whole section here on table lighters, just like we were seeing with the Murano piece. I'll bet you the Murano pieces, you know, there could be a variation of it somewhere in here for all we know. It's just really, I say that, and then I start to see pieces very similar in style to it. Isn't that incredible? $18 for this wonderful, invaluable resource for collecting cigarette lighters. You cannot beat that. And our last book of today, I believe. Yes, our last book of today. I wasn't asking somebody else. There's nobody here. I was looking. Is this in hilarious, whimsical, beautiful library of cats? Vintage book, The Color Nature Library of Cats. Meow. It's all color. It is written by Peggy Rattin, published in New York. The Color Nature Library, she wrote books on fish, dogs, birds, horses, wild animals, and flowers. But look at the cats. Look at the photography of these adorable cats. We've got, oh, look at Yawn. Cats at play. Adorable. Just so cute. The moments in time that are captured. And Carrie says, my dad collected all kinds of ashtrays. I love finding ashtrays. Vintage ashtrays are so much fun. And of course, being here in Vegas, you have all the antique casino, or excuse me, vintage casino ones. There are some antique ones now. Some of the casinos here are well over 100 years old. But you find them here, and they are just so much fun to learn the history of them and the different variations. This book, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hello. Look at that. Unending joy. Just going through page after page. $26 for this vintage color book in such wonderful condition for its age too. I think it's great. Look at the Siamese on the back there. We had two Siamese when I was a kid. I love Siamese cats. They're so beautiful, and just cats are wonderful, aren't they? That's why we have the cat collection. We have to start the dog collection, of course, because I love dogs as well. But cats are very, very special. All right, those are our books that we have. Very broad topics, but you know, we want to bring everything to everyone. Carrie says, "I have 4 wonderful cats." That's so great. And of course, we have Casper Cat watching the show right now. We always love when folks share their cats with us. You can always email us pictures of your cats. My mom gets a kick out of them, so please, please do. All right, from cats to stones. That's rolling stones, that is. Let me take our close-up camera down here, and I'm going to show you some rock history that I found recently. I'm very excited about these pieces. So these are professional fine art Rolling Stones concert photographs, hand tinted in sepia. Oh my goodness. Carrie says they are all 4 are different Siamese. Wow. All 4 are different Siamese. I love that. Okay, so this is number 1, Mick Jagger in his prime. I believe the research we saw, this is the 1973 tour, hand tinted in sepia, professional fine art, professionally framed. Really wonderful frame. It is marked here. It's Mira's Framery of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And this is an old tag. So these have been framed for a very, very long time. I purchased an entire lot from this collector. These are really high quality, true vintage prints. You can tell by the richness of the blacks, the printing technique. It's really just incredible. If you are a Rolling Stones fan, I am showing you 4 really wonderful examples of the kind of fine art concert photography that is hard to find. I'm doing them all at $65 a piece. The value of these, I believe, is a lot more than that. If you talk to any of the rock and roll experts here in Vegas, you'd be paying a lot more for these at a gallery like that. So this is number 1. Number 2, let me show you this one here. Look at that. Again, that hand-tinted sepia, I think, gives it just a whole nother dimension. $65 each. Number 3, and these last 2 are horizontals. I'll show you this one here. Look at that. In their prime, 1973 tour, $65 a piece for these. And again, take the 10% off. If you wanted to buy the whole set, you'd be getting quite a deal, getting all 4 of them there. And then this last one I think is really interesting because I want folks to take a look at this and tell me if I'm right. I believe that's Billy Preston in the background there. The gentleman with the big afro. I think that might be Billy Preston. I was recently looking at some pictures of him when he performed in the first episode of Saturday Night Live, and he had that really big afro, and that would have been about a year after these. So I think that might be Billy Preston in that photo. So these are 4 iconic black and white concert photographs of the Rolling Stones in 1973 during their concert tour. If you're a music fan, if you're a music collector, I think they're just really spectacular. And take 10% off. Take 10% off and get 4 hedgehogs in the hedgehog race. Oh, and excuse me, each one measures about, they each vary a little bit, but we're going to say about 10 inches, 10 and a half by about 12 and a half. That is Billy Preston, right, Kim? Kim says yes. Good. I thought so. It's just, that's, think about that. All the work that he did with the Beatles and all his own work. I mean, this is music history right here. Such a fun collection. And I will also say, we have a great feature on Shopify, the platform that we do all of our pickerroad.com sales on. It's called Shop Pay. So anything over $50, you can actually split up into multiple payments. It's kind of like layaway, only you get the item right away. So if there's something you have an eye on, if you want to grab a set of items, you want to put together a whole bundle of things, you can actually then split it up into multiple payments, but we do still ship the items right away. So there's some wonderful options for you there. All right. We were talking about cats earlier. Let's do a dog. This is an antique. This is not a reproduction. Let me see. Kim says, I used to like the way his fro bounced when he played piano, right? Yeah. If you see Saturday Night, the really great movie that came out about a year and a half ago about the first episode of Saturday Night Live, the musician John Baptiste plays him in that, and they sing "Nothing from Nothing." I think was the song they used. It's just such a great movie, but yeah, good music, good music. All right, this is real. This is not a repop. This guy is cast iron. Look at the age on him. Look at the expression on that face. Hello. Hi there. Woof. Woof. He is ready to hang. That's all original. And he is a good boy. Can you beat a good boy? Nothing better. He is a hanging accent. Imagine putting him right over where you have your keys on a hook. Or, put him near where you keep the dog bowls. Or near the door where you keep the leashes. It's time for walkies, right? He's great. And then the ears too. You can see the vintage casting, the way he was made. Just wonderful, wonderful, true antique piece right here. Heavy, very, very heavy. And we are asking 56 on him. You take 10% off by entering Will 10, and you get a hedgehog in the race. Look at that profile. Point. And he is, I keep saying he, it could be a girl, maybe she, excuse me. They are 5 inches tall and 4 inches long. Just a wonderful piece of antique cast iron good boyness. Or a good girl. Okay. We have another Lenox. I think this is our last Lenox of the show. This is the Lenox Jacquard vase. Sunny Las Vegas is here, everyone. Say hi to Sunny. Sunny says, I'm going with she. Oh, how are you doing, Sunny? How is your beautiful family doing? Please let us know. We are constantly thinking about you. This is a Lenox USA Jacquard vase. I love the Art Deco accents here. Doesn't that look like the side of the Chrysler building, or the accents you see in the Empire State Building? It's a kind of an egg shape here, and it is Lenox USA. It is, yep, it's copyright Lenox, made in USA right there. It's got Lenox on there twice, and it's got the gold accents right here at the top. Clean, ready to go. Looks like it's never been used. We talk about the bud vases that you can put a single flower in. You get this, and you could put a half dozen in here. Imagine having them all sticking out for Mother's Day. A half dozen beautiful red roses with the white Lenox white chocolate feel. And then, like you say, the flowers go away, and then you have the vase forever. You keep putting fresh ones in it, or you just display it. It's beautiful Lenox, the way that goes all the way around. It's got so much texture to it. These Art Deco accents have a great feel. Just wonderful. And this one measures 6.5 inches tall. It's got nice weight on it too. Oh, Carrie's saying, hi, Sunny. Hope your family is doing good. We are all hoping that your family is doing well. Tina, Thank you so much. Tina says, great job, Will. Miss seeing you and Harleen and Gary. Praying for complete healing and back to life soon. Take care. If you missed the beginning of the show, I'm very, very excited to say that he's doing so well. His physical therapist is really liking the way that it's all going. He was up and walking just hours after it happened. Hard to believe. And you know, he's on the road to recovery. So you know, we're taking good care of him. That's why I'm here doing this solo. I like having mom with me. We like being a team here, and we love being with you together. But she's taking care of him right now. She's doing all she can do to take good care of him, and he's watching. So he's seeing all this. He's seeing your wonderful comments, and you know, I told him, do not try to respond to everyone. They know how much you appreciate it. He's enjoying every little bit of this. The comments that you guys sent the day of his surgery and the day after meant so much to us. It just meant so much. We were overwhelmed by it. Really, tears in our eyes. Hi, Caroline. Good to see you. How are you doing? We hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're all thinking of him, praying for him, sending our love and blessings, and he's doing great. He's really doing really well. We can't wait to have him back on the road with us with HTGs and that big hand coming into frame to take items away from us like this. Ready? There we go. Oh, okay, we have a few more items, and then we have our hedgehog races. So I want to say, if you guys want to get in on the hedgehog races, you better get in there. Get your 10% off, get a hedgehog, and then you've got a really good chance at making it another $10 off that you can use on another purchase. You can keep it all coming. We've got all sorts of specials going here at pickerroad.com right now. We want you to have a wonderful time, and I appreciate you sticking with me. It was his left. So if you were him, it would be your left, his left hip that he had replaced. So looking at him, our right, but his left. It's stage directions. I always have to think about stage left versus stage right. You walk up stage, you go down stage. I don't know, something like that. All right, next up, we have some inlaid wood. Here we go. Wonderful, wonderful box. It's funny, when we found this, we had different interpretations. I remember mom said she thought this looked almost like a flower, and I said it looked almost like book pages, like an open book with the pages spreading out. But look at the different colors of the wood that are inlaid into this, and it's a hinged box with a really nice tight close to it. Great wood. Fantastic. Like I said, closes tight, very tight. And I just think it's fantastic design. It's so smooth. The inlay is so well done. You can feel the ridges of it when you run your finger across it. Oh, yours was the right leg. Well, I hope you're doing really well. I hope everyone here is feeling bionic, like Lee Majors in The $6 Million Man, or Lindsay Wagner in The Bionic Woman. I grew up watching those because both my parents loved those shows, and they were on Nick at Night when I was a kid. So I grew up watching all those great episodes. Absolutely loved them. They were so much fun. And this box measures 4 inches by 6 inches. It's about 2¼ inches tall. Really wonderful piece here. We're asking $19 for this. You see that too, right? Kara's saying, I see the open pages. So I thought this would be a great box to put like on a library. You could put this on a library. You could keep bookmarks in it or other things, but I thought it was just a wonderful piece maybe for a library. And that's just my interpretation. Maybe somebody sees something else this way or this way. It's almost like your own little Rorschach, right? But I saw open pages in a book. I thought that was really nice. Okay, let me set that right there. And next we have, a shell box. Time to get a little shellfish. Look at this. vintage brass. Like I was saying earlier, we leave the patina on, but I'm sure you could work on this and get it really, really shining. But I like the patina personally. It is hinged and lidded, opens up, and it is a trinket box. Wonderful trinket box. Closes there. And I wouldn't be surprised if this originally had a made in India on it. Oh, that's so great to hear. You hear that, Dad? He's watching. Carrie says 2 years ago had it done and it healed really fast. That's exactly what I want to hear. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so this, it raises up right here. So it's kind of got a scalloped top to it, and then it's got the shell motif. It is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and at its highest point, it gets up to about 1.75 inches. And we're asking $22 for this. Hello. Hi. Fun for the kids. Kidding. No, you could put wonderful things in here. It could be a lovely jewelry box or just a trinket box. It's just a really lovely piece. And then we have Royal Copenhagen. Every time we find Royal Copenhagen, it's so popular. We found that incredible larger one at Antique Mall Y'all in Florida. And then I believe Mom found this one not too long ago. Beautiful butterfly motif on it. Flowers. Look at the delicate painting. Just really fantastic colors. The way that the blue blends into the white. And this one has all the markings. There's a little book written on the bottom of it there. So it says Royal Copenhagen, Denmark, TC, and then all of the firing information, 2689 HSB. And then there's some additional markings as well. But it is Royal Copenhagen of Denmark. And it is fully marked there. That's some provenance for you right there. It measures, excuse me, sorry to make the screen jerk like that, 5.5 inches tall. And again, it's just beautifully, delicately painted. Just wonderful. And it can be yours for $26 minus 10% if you enter Will 10 before midnight Wednesday night. Or do it now and get some hedgehogs. Get your hedgehogs. All right. Our next piece sold right at the beginning of the show. So I'm not putting up a code for it, but I'm going to show it to you because it's a lovely pair of cloisonne. Congratulations again to the purchaser of these. It's a little cloisonne box with that classic blue enameling on the inside. And this cloisonne flower vase. Again, blue on the inside, blue on the bottom. Beautiful set. Congratulations. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We appreciate everyone being here from the start. For those of you who have been here for the whole show, it means so much to me. Mom will be back next week. We'll be back together here doing our usual fun show, hanging out, talking, sharing another update on Dad. Hopefully he's doing even better. He's just doing amazing. But I appreciate you sticking with me and being my co-hosts this week. You all have been absolutely wonderful. All right, this is Swanky because it's by Swank. This is, this is a little too big for the close-up camera. I'm going to close that for a second. This is a vintage MCM Swank Federal Eagle jewelry box. America's 250th is coming up. July 4th is the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And this is a Federal Eagle jewelry box with this rich red lining on the inside. There is an additional Federal Eagle motif there on the back. This is true vintage. It is fantastic. Again, we're leaving it in its original state, but it's just a wonderful piece. It would, clean up beautifully. We have, of course, cleaned it, but I'm saying if you wanted to make this a usable piece, you can put this to a state exactly as it was, I would say, in the 1960s when it was first made. It is fully marked on the back by Swank. It is Swank designed by Philippe, exclusively for Swank. And I think it's just wonderful. This is raised, so you can see it is a raised federal eagle. Wonderful texture to it. It's just, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. Measures 11 inches by 6 inches and about 2 inches deep. And you can fit a lot of jewelry in there. Let me open that up again, show you that red. Isn't that just fantastic? Wonderful piece. Love it. And our last piece of the show, we're going to talk about this for a minute because there's really a lot going on here. I think it's really something. I think it's something. So it is in the style of, this is not from the 1700s, but it is in the style of an 18th century American itinerant painter. So what you would have back then is you would have these really well skilled painters who would go from town to town, itinerant, go from town to town, and they would paint the local families that could afford to hire them. And they would do very similar styles. So they were able to hone their style and kind of get, how do you want to say it? Not a template, but they would be able to do work in a reasonable amount of time and create pieces. And they became so well recognizable that today art historians can actually identify certain itinerant painters and where the routes they would take. So this is produced in that same style. This is an original painting. Let me give you the close up here. It is a girl holding a flower with flowers in her other hand. You've got a dog down here. Look at that. You've got some design accents. She's sitting on an ottoman. It is artist signed there. And just everything about this is just stunning. It is, like I said, it's an original. So the canvas goes all the way around. And then you can see on the edges there, you can see where the artist stopped. That's your first indication on whether a piece is original. If you can see the art, if you can see where the paint stops on the canvas and if it bleeds over like that. Like I said, this is not original to the 1700s, but it is done in the style and it is done exquisitely in the style. I think the dog is just fantastic. Look at that. Now, if this weren't enough, it comes with a vintage wood frame, excuse me, wood easel for you to display it on. Set that down right there. Wood easel, and you can put it on there, and it just rests on there perfectly. It's just a wonderful, wonderful piece. Really incredible. The wood for the back is actually from Wisconsin. It says Brook Hill Farm on the inside there. So there's just a lot going for this piece. It's really interesting. It measures 9 by 9, and the canvas itself is about 2 inches thick. I find it so fascinating. It came from a very high-end estate sale. In fact, the same one that the Limoges furniture set came from. So, and the antique German porcelain. So we were finding really interesting, unique pieces there, and I think this is one of them. Look at her face. Look at the style. You go to museums that have truly great American art from the 17 and 1800s, and you see these itinerant artist pieces. I think it's really just something else. There's texture in the carpeting there. Do you see that? Can you see that the texture in the carpeting? And there is your artist's signature there. It's hard to make it out. I don't know if it says 67 or 87. It is, like I said, obviously a 20th century piece done in the style, but I think it's really amazing. And again, take your 10% off. We are asking 125 for it. So it's one of a kind. And that, my friends, is today's show. That is all the items that we have for you today. There are also hundreds and hundreds more available at pickerroad.com. So please head on over, especially if you're watching on the replay. Use that 10% off. That is good multiple times and on every single purchase we have on pickerroad.com, whether it's $12 or $1,000, anything we have on there, you can use that. And I'm just going to give everyone a moment. If anybody wants to put in a last purchase and get a hedgehog in the race, let me tell you what we got going up, what we got coming up soon. We have got a wonderful, wonderful day of picking coming on Thursday. As always, we have our Sunday shows, and then next week we're going to be live again. And I think by then, I think Mom will be joining me. I certainly hope she is. No offense, Rhodey, you did great. But we are so excited to be getting back into our normal routine as my dad heals and gets better. And then there's going to be one day coming up soon where you're going to see an HTG, and we cannot wait for that day. In the meantime, all of your comments, whether you're live chatting right now or in the comments on the replay, we read every single one of them. We appreciate every single one of you doing the thumbs up, leaving a comment, even if it's just a heart. Every single one of them makes a difference. If you used to leave comments and you decided to stop, please keep doing it. Come back. We want to see them. We want to see that you're watching and enjoying what we're doing. So let me hit the refresh down here. And I think I'm going to close out. I'm going to close out the hedgehog race. I'm going to get it on screen. And we are going to give away 3 Picker Road Bucks codes. There we go. All right. Those are our 11 hedgehogs in the race. Let me grab my pen and paper to mark down our winners. And without further ado, we're going to do 30 seconds per race. There we go. Everyone ready? Aw, Veronica says Rhodey is amazing. She is, isn't she? And Rhodey's going to do some incredible traveling this year, I'll tell you that. All right, here we go. First hedgehog race. They are off. Da-da-dum, 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 dum-dum. Oh, Betty, thank you. Betty says, applause, well done. I appreciate you so much. I miss having Mom at my side here. Hopefully next episode. Okay, I see the Torque is in the lead in the last 10 seconds. Who's going to get that extra energy and come forward? Is it going to be the Cloisonne box and vase? I think it might be, unless somebody else gets a second wind. It's the Cloisonne box and vase. Yay! Cloisonne box and vase. Congratulations. All right, I'm going to take you off of the race now that you've won. And now everyone has an even better chance of winning. Congratulations. Here we go. Race number 2. And they're off. Oh, look, there's a roly-poly right off the bat. The ramekins are roly-polying, and now the ornament, and now the Torque. Oh, there's so much roly-polying. It's all happening. Carrie, how can we see and buy from Picker Road Road? That's coming up. That is coming up. I'll talk about that in just a second. We are at 7 seconds to go, and I think the Sans mugs are going for it. Oh, there they go. The Sans mugs take it. Congratulations. Sans mug number 2. All right, going to take you out of the race now. Okay, so before we do race number 3, I will tell you, we are going to definitely go live from the Picker Road soon. Keep watching. We will give you details. We're going to keep filming it and showing you as it develops. It's been coming together so well. We're so excited about it. But there will be an opportunity to shop the shelves coming up soon. So keep an eye out for that and do not miss that. That is going to be epic. All right, race number 3. Good luck to you all. And here we go. All right, and they're off. I see Sans mug number 1 is in the lead, but is roly-polying. I think there's going to be a little shift in the weather when we get down to that last 10 seconds. Let's see what happens. Somebody usually gets a little extra going, and they just kind of race towards the end. Let's see. We are in the final 10 now. Let's go. And last few seconds. Is the Sans mug going to hold on? Nope. It's going to be the willow tree ornament crossing the finish line. Willow tree ornament. Congratulations. Willow tree ornament. Oh, I love the hedgehog races. They're so much fun. I can't wait to actually get a real hedgehog in my hand someday with the proper gloves on. Let me close that out. Thank you all so much for being here. It means so much to me. You know, it's not easy to see your father go through something like this, but it's for a very important, improvement that he's making, and I can't wait to see him get better. And knowing that all of you are supporting him and supporting us, my mom, and all the work she's doing to help get him better, it means a lot to us. And I'm so I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you all so much for supporting us. Picker Road is our passion. We love what we do here. We love spending this time with all of you. So we have so much more coming up, and we hope you'll join us for every single bit of it and support us along the way. And I am so grateful to each and every single one of you for joining the journey. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you so much.